sensational weekend in the Premier League. I think if you take away Arsenal's beating at the hands of Chelsea, will start there. All the contracted tenders have moved seamlessly into that other gear. The game at Stamford Bridge, what can I say? I mean, it is a case of some sort of trend developing with 12:45 kickoffs for the Gunners. They don't ever seem to turn up. They invariably go down to 10 men and invariably they get thrashed and beaten. Their race is now run in terms of the Premier League. If they're not careful and get their act together, their Champions League spot might be under threat as well, with Everton and Tottenham moving in the right direction. As for Chelsea, Mourinho has left Arsene Wenger with the ultimate 1000th game present. Not something that Arsene Wenger will want to remember. 6-0. How does a team at the top of the table take apart a team that started in third place? But you also had that as well with the Anfield beating that Arsenal suffered in February, where Arsenal went to Anfield 2 points clear in the division and ended up getting beaten 5-1 out of the game inside a couple of minutes. What you really have is a situation, especially in that Liverpool-Arsenal game, that success for Liverpool has actually given them the momentum to be where they are right now. Staying with Liverpool, they've scored 6 goals away from home. Sturridge, Suarez has come to the party with a hat-trick. 6 goals. Yes, it was only Cardiff, but Cardiff gave them a game for half of that match, and we're in with a shout. But Liverpool moving in the right direction. No European distractions. They can give all their energies to whatever game they're playing in the Premier League. They're looking really good. In terms of Manchester City, Yaya Toure scores another spectacular worldie. They're moving in the right direction as well, having suffered Champions League disappointment. It's all looking good. We still really can't call who's going to win the title. Yes, Mourinho has the points on the board, City have the games in hand, and if you like, the jokers in the pack, the aces in the pack are Liverpool. I can see final day, Sky Sports, with that Premier League trophy, helicopter, could be anywhere. Moving forward, I think Andre Mariner has made a mistake. I think he should be stood down for a couple of games as well. I don't think that'll actually happen, according from what I've heard. But if a player has gone on and said to you, listen, I'm the one that perpetrated the error, you'd like to think that the officials could look at it. We don't know if his hands were tied in terms of the rules and regulations. But once again, we've been calling for video evidence, haven't we, for goal line technology, etc., etc. It would have been how easy, in the melee that was taking place at Stamford Bridge, how long would it have taken? 10, 15 seconds for someone, fourth official, just to look back and see who it actually was. It didn't have any bearing on the result, but a faux pas on the officials' fault, and I think moving forward, we've got to get that technology in, especially in incidences like that. It doesn't happen too often, but the fact that he didn't take a few seconds out to just look at what had happened was disappointing from many people's points of view. I was at West Ham on Saturday night. Manchester United beat a relatively poor West Ham 2-0, but Juan Mata played just behind Wayne Rooney in that lovely little hole that he wants to play in and hasn't done so that often for Man United, and Juan Mata looks good. I've got to give a massive shout out to Darren Fletcher as well for Man United. I'll tell you what, here was a guy who suffered a really serious stomach injury, didn't he, not too long ago. He's back in the groove, and he just gave that, that authority, that resilience to the back four. And in the back four for United was Michael Carrick, who's a ball-playing midfield player. Had a wonderful game. I think that game, while it doesn't rid United of all their ills, it sets them up nicely for the Manchester derby on Tuesday night. City have a title to win. Man United have still got eyes on a European spot, even if it isn't Champions League. I think it could be a cracking game. I think City's desire and quest to add to their Capital One trophy, I think, will be maybe the thing that swings it. There's no Robin van Persie for United, but when Rooney, and I've got to mention his goal, he's got his first goal against West Ham. Well, they say no one does it like David Beckham. He was actually in the crowd at Upton Park, and that volley from almost the halfway line by Wayne Rooney, an absolute thing of beauty. And if it isn't in the top 3 of goals of the season, I want to know why. team of the weekend has got to go to Chelsea, I think. I mean, there's one thing being at the top of the table, but, you know, potentially Chelsea were up against a vibrant Arsenal, celebrating Arsene Wenger's 1,000th game in charge, etc., etc. They'd had a midweek game against Galatasaray, who I know, you know, didn't offer the greatest challenge, but, you know, what Chelsea are doing, why they're top of the table, why they've got to be favourites potentially to win the league, is they do what they have to do. Most people have said that they're not spectacular. Well, what they served up to Arsenal on Saturday lunchtime was spectacular, and can only give Chelsea, if they needed it, extra confidence. They are still the team to beat. The points are on the board. Games in hand are only good if you play them, win them, and jog on from there. So many contenders for goal of the weekend. The boy Tete at Norwich scored a screamer. Yaya Toure does what he does. He just pulls something out of it. Wayne Rooney, one I saw for myself. I'm going to be selfish. I think the Rooney, when you see a goal live of that nature, from that distance, with that audacity, it sits long in the memory. Wayne Rooney for me just edges it, but what a lovely weekend.